Anyway, today we're going to be looking at peel paragraphs. And there are several reasons why I chose paragraphs out of the list of stuff that you gave me. So you guys, you came up with some really, really great things: conditional sentences, writing a CV. That is a good one that I am definitely going to come back to at some point. But I chose paragraphs because they're so difficult for people. You know, I work quite a lot with people doing exams, different exams, IELTS, CAE, CPE, and with the writing, it is always the paragraphs and the way to structure a paragraph that really gets people, and it's what they really, really struggle with. And when I go and give feedback in other people's Facebook groups, so I'm in some IELTS groups, I almost always have to say to someone, you need to work on your paragraph structure. So I've got several structures that I would teach to my students for different exams. But this one here that we're going to look at today is kind of like a generic paragraph structure. So it's one that you can use in multiple different types of writing. You can use it in essays, reports, letters, blah, 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 blah. There is one exception, which I will hopefully remember to tell you at the end. Yeah, so let's just get straight into it. And I'm going to hopefully share my screen. So I'm going to press a button. I need to press that button too. You see? This is the problem with new software. You're never quite sure where to go. Okay, hopefully now you can see my Word document, and hopefully I'm still somewhere that you can see me, because now I don't see myself at all. So, peel paragraphs. Now I've got a question here that I've just made up for myself, and this point, evidence, explanation, and link, these are going to be the 4 sentences in the paragraph. So point, this is really your topic sentence. And if there would be one thing you could do to make your writing better, it's to always, 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 always have a topic sentence. And the topic sentence is really important because it basically tells your reader what you are going to write about. Now, other languages have their topic sentence at the end of the paragraph, but in English, it needs to be at the beginning, and it doesn't need to be complicated. That first sentence, really, it's like just you want to introduce your topic for that sentence. Oh, one topic per paragraph as well. Don't make your life complicated and try and have 2 different things going on in one paragraph. One idea, one paragraph. That's enough. All right, so you need some evidence, don't you? If you're going to tell me something, you need to be able to show me why that's true. So you need to basically be able to support your point with evidence and or an example. Okay. And then after that, we need one sentence which is going to be an explanation. It basically says how this evidence supports the point. And the final sentence that we've got here is a link. Now, there's 2 ways that you can do this. Your linking sentence can either link back to your point. So in that case, you almost make like a sandwich out of your paragraph, or your linking sentence can link onto your next paragraph. All right, so that basically is the structure of a Peel paragraph. So it's quite simple, but simple is good when it comes to paragraph structures. So I've got a paragraph that I'm going to put here, and I'm going to talk you through each sentence as I write it, and we're going to start with the point, right? So but you can see how simple that sentence is. There's nothing difficult happening there. There's nothing complicated. There's no difficult grammar. There's nothing hard about that sentence. All I've done really is introduced you to my opinion. That's what I think. Okay. So now I need some evidence for this. And by the way, I'm not a great typer, so bear with me if I'm a little bit all over the place. Yeah, you see, there's one mistake. And so now I've got some evidence. Okay, it is made up evidence. I've no idea if that's true or not, but it shows you that I can prove my point. Okay, so I believe that working in office is better, and I believe that because it has greater productivity and better relationships. Okay, now I need to say a little bit more about this. I need some explanation about my evidence. That's my explanation. Okay, so in this sentence, I have explained why these studies, why they work, why this is important. Why do we need to be in an office? Because we're social. We need other people around us to help us and support us. So now I'm going to have my linking sentence. And I'm going to start by linking back like this. So with this sentence, I've linked all the way back to my point, but I'm going to add something here. And this last bit here, really, this is now linking to the next paragraph, if I was going to have another paragraph. And that's it. That is my paragraph. I'm not going to do anything else. So this is a really simple paragraph, right? There's nothing difficult happening here. I haven't even really got any complicated vocabulary. I don't really have any complicated grammar either. You might be looking at this and thinking, but there's no linking words, and we've got to have linking words, and they've got to have loads of discourse markers. And we've got this one. That's a linking phrase. We've got this one, which I just kind of added in here, and we've got this one over here. And, you know, that's enough. You don't need to go completely crazy with this stuff. So this is how I would really suggest you start thinking about paragraphs. Simple, simple, simple. And if you're working for an exam, you need to practice writing paragraphs. Okay, you don't always need to write an essay. You need to practice paragraphs first. So I'm going to close this screen share now. I'm going to save this Word document as a PDF and upload it into the group so you can have a copy if you want. And hopefully now Hopefully now you can see me. Oh, and now I can see your comments. Hello. Oh, is the explanation clear for you? You can put comments here and I can answer your questions, but I can't actually type for some reason into that chat. So if you have any questions, please feel free to type and I'll do my best to answer them. So definitely exam candidates, when you're preparing for the writing exam, I think the temptation is for people to just practice writing essays because I've got to write essays and let's get them done. And no. There's a lot of things that you need to be good at in order to write an essay. You need to be able to structure a paragraph. You need to structure sentences. You need to have good grammar. You need to have good vocabulary. You need to be able to generate ideas. You need to be able to organize your time. You need spelling. All of these things come together in your essay. Now, a really nice way to think of writing an essay or learning to write an essay is it's a bit like learning to run a marathon. Now, if you were going to learn how to run a marathon, you probably wouldn't start by running marathons 4 times a week because, well, you wouldn't, would you? I mean, that would be nuts. You'd probably start by doing a shorter run and then maybe like some cardio and then maybe, workout to build up your muscles. And you would basically take the different things that you need to run a marathon and practice those separately. And when you got good at them all, then you would put them together and start doing longer runs. And learning how to write is the same. You need to be able to practice all the different skills that come with writing, so paragraphing, grammar, blah, 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 and practice them separately. And when you feel confident, then you can put them all together in an essay. So, paragraph structure, very important. This one, the Peel one, good in every situation except one. And that situation is the IELTS questions where they want you to write about multiple ideas in one paragraph. So there are IELTS questions which ask you about advantages and disadvantages and problems and solutions. Those IELTS questions, they are looking for multiple ideas in one paragraph. So the Peel structure is not that good for those kinds of questions.